I still remember the moment when we came up with the initially good old games and GOG.com name. We were actually flying with the co-founder Michał and Adam, who's our president. We were flying to London to see Codemasters and present them The Witcher 1 from CD Projekt Red at that time. And we were talking how cool it would be to start a platform with all their games, but most of all start a platform with DRM-free. And we started discussing the names, and it's me or Michał, we came up with the good old games and then GOG.com, and immediately started talking what we would like to have on it. So we're thinking, okay, first of all, DRM-free, fair pricing worldwide, and yeah, we would like to have all these soundtracks and all these additional goodies. And pretty much immediately after return, we started working on the idea. So that was the humble beginning.
I learned about the idea in February or March 2007. I think basically, I mean, I knew Marcin and Michał, right, the co-founders, for 8 or 9 years already, I think. So we worked on a ton of different projects, web-related. And I was just in a meeting with them, and I remember Michał pitching this idea for the new project, which you said. Basically, this few basic concepts, like DRM-free, classic games, you know, like available worldwide, support for the modern operating systems and so on. Like I basically ended the meeting with like this little piece of paper with this few ideas, and like this heartwarming, just make it, like you can do it. So I think the idea clicked for me like instantly, and not like from the employee point of view. I mean, like from the gamer point of view, it was like really fun, and it felt like a really cool way to revive the classics.
We thought of launching Amiga games on GOG because, you know, we were, I mean, we are classic gamers, and Amiga has a special place in our hearts.
Did you own an Amiga, Distro?
Atari.
Oh, okay, let's move on. We own Amiga,
okay.
we're the Amiga, we're the good guys.
Dismissed, he can leave. No, yes, so signing Amiga games is something we really considered doing, and we were in touch with the guys from Amiga Inc., and we were talking to them. We were doing sales forecasts and everything. And eventually, due to many reasons, I mean, licensing reasons and business reasons, we couldn't go for it.
We worked on the project in like pretty big secrecy for nearly a year. The folks in the team as well. I don't think we had we haven't had a single person with digital distribution industry experience. So basically, the whole thing was built with passion, which is great. And however counterintuitive it sounds, not having people with knowledge was kind of probably the biggest blessing for the project, because we're just doing it in a way that what we as a gamers would love to use ourselves, not what some VP is selling that will sell the best or whatever. But at the same time, it was kind of sometimes stressful, because you have to, like, you know, trust that, yeah, it will make sense, that like, people don't need a client. You can, for example, download the game through the browser. It will be okay for them. And all those decisions, there were sometimes like people were wondering if we're on the right track. So finally announcing the thing and getting the really amazing feedback, because, God, it was really amazing feedback. People felt like heroes in the team. I remember everyone was super cheering, super happy. It really felt great. The public beta, the date for the public beta was like postponed to September. August, September. I mean, it was postponed because we haven't had a payment system aligned. We haven't had like a certificate for secure transactions. So quite frankly, during the beta, the closed one, we were just giving games for free, from what I remember. There was no payment method. Yeah, we had no payment method. So the option was to, like, okay, if you want to get those games, then we should give them for free to you, since you cannot buy them.
A couple of hours after shutting the site down, we thought, okay, maybe we overestimated the coolness of our idea, and maybe people are really concerned.
I precisely remember this was a Sunday. I was sitting in the kitchen, and I got the SMS from our lead developer. It was basically said, okay, this is done, there is no turning back. At this point, I realized that, well, we really need a deep sheet.
We said we're sorry. We said we're sorry as monks. Whose idea was that?
I think I had the idea, and I spoke to Michał, the other co-founder of GOG. And Michał is crazy, so he loved it.
But I think it was a cool idea, and we addressed as monks, and we asked for redemptions, and people go totally nuts. And all over the web, you know, it's a hoax. They show up as monks, they're having a laugh. And I think a lot of people immediately got the job.
Technically, we could have done that better.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yeah, we should have allowed downloads.
Yes.
I think this was the biggest mistake. We should have left people the option to access what they paid for, and this is where we really sucked big time.
Over the last 5 years, GOG.com has given away over 18 million games to people all around the world. We have 2 million gamers coming to GOG every month, and more than 50 million gamers have visited GOG since we started back in fall 2008. We have delivered over 3 million gigabytes of data to gamers all around the world, and if you convert that number into floppy disks, it's actually enough to cover the entire surface of San Francisco. We have sold at least one game in more than 190 countries, including interesting places like the Vatican City, North Korea, and we have even been told about a shaman playing our games in the Amazon jungle, and I'm not kidding. It would take 360 million hours to play all of the games that have been downloaded on GOG.com. That's 45,000 years, or roughly as long ago as the Stone Age. GOG.com users have on average 14 games on their shelf, and after 5 years of hard work, I'm quite proud to say that our catalog is made of 190 indie titles, more than 250 Mac titles, and all in all, we have prepared and delivered over 650 PC and Mac titles. The oldest game on GOG is Zork 1. It was originally released in June 1977, and the newest game is about to be released. It's called Broken Sword 5, Episode 1. That's 36 years, 3 months and 2 days apart between those two games. When we say that we have the best games in all of history, we do mean it. We have fulfilled more than 350,000 wishlist votes. Please keep on telling us what you really want to see on GOG in terms of games, in terms of features, and we will do our very best to get it delivered to you.
The thing that we should do, I think, it's very simple. Keep on fighting with the DRM in the world. I mean, for me, we are all about being DRM free, and we should stick to that. The thing which we shouldn't do in the future,
Is to have DRM.
We should not close the website and pretend we are monks and say sorry. We shouldn't do it again. We understood the lesson. Thank you.
I definitely don't want GOG ever to lose this kind of a focus on DRM free, on the passion for games, for reviving both classics and newer games and changing it. So that's one thing that I would like to stay here forever.
I'm not daily involved in the business, so obviously I see the scale, I see the new people, but a lot has changed, and at the same time, the key things didn't change. So every day when I enter GOG, I feel the same vibe that I felt at the beginning. I feel the entrepreneurship. I think people want to do great things together, and it's all connected with passion for gaming. So for me, as long as I feel that, entering the office every single day, we are on the right track. And when it starts getting boring, corporate, and people being extremely serious, then I think we're probably on the wrong track, and actually my job is to correct it.
In some ways, preparing classic games for so many years was a good learning curve for us, because classic games are extremely difficult to prepare, and then you need tons of approvals, so somehow it's the most hardcore learning curve you can go through. And once you do that, I wouldn't say it's easy to release brand new titles, but it's definitely easier in many ways.
Zajebiście, drodzy gracze, dziękujemy za fenomenalne wsparcie i za bycie z nami przez te 5 lat i oby tak dalej, a my postaramy się zrobić wszystko, żeby was nie zawieść.
Well, thank you so much, guys, because without your support, we wouldn't be here.
Merci, thanks for supporting us. I mean, it's as simple as that. You are helping us make the world DRM free, and if you were not here, we wouldn't have signed so many games, we wouldn't have convinced so many publishers and developers to follow us, and the world would be boring. It would be full of DRM. And yeah, thanks again for your help.